All right, and once again, here we are live. So give me a quick second to share out the links to this. Oh, gotta turn the sound down. Hold on, there it is. Okay. Sometimes Facebook's out. Sometimes Facebook's a little bit confusing. All right, here we are. So, I really didn't have a plan for this stream. I just felt like going live for why not? And already we have Rhiannon here saying, Oingus Bloingus. Hi, PJ. Hey, Rhiannon. How are you doing today? And how are you guys all doing that are watching right now? Because I just finished a straight 6-day stretch of work. So tomorrow I'm finally getting a day off. And then I go back to work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then off again Sunday, starting to get back to my normal schedule. Because the only reason I had this 6-day stretch at work was because of just getting back to work from vacation. I had I didn't get back to work till Tuesday. And the way my job is, I get 2 days off in a 7-day week. Usually one of those days off is a Sunday because I'm very involved with church. But because I had my day off Monday and Wednesday, that meant I had to work Sunday afternoon. So 6-day stretch. And how was the vacation, Rhiannon? The vacation was very fun. Very rainy, but very fun. And I absolutely plan to go back to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at some point. That was amazing. I want to see if they add more stuff to it, because like I said, for me, all they would really need to add is a place where you can customize Mandalorian helmets, and it would be perfect for me. But yeah, I will 100% go back. And hello to Felix Kiros for joining. Thank you for joining. How you doing today, Felix? Because I got to tell you, especially after how Monday was, I'm glad to be getting a day off tomorrow. Monday was not fun. Let's see. Rhiannon says, me and my cousin are going to try and go to a Disney park when we both get jobs. Definitely try it. And then Felix says, today was a good day for Star Wars news. Yes, it was, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later. I sent Michael out the invitation to see if he wanted to join this stream. So if Michael joins, we'll see. We'll talk about that for sure. And of course, he's still on vacation. Awesome. Okay. Well, I hope you guys are having fun where you are. I hope you guys are being safe. And yeah, hopefully you guys are able to get home safe and sound. All right, so I guess while we wait on Michael, let's oh, and Jonathan is here. Awesome. Rhiannon says, I heard from John that they are doing a Star Wars anime. Any confirmations? Yes, they are 100% doing that. And there's already a trailer for it. In fact, I'll put that trailer in the chat here. Give me a quick second. So what it's called is called Star Wars Visions. It's not canon to the overall Star Wars story, but it's it's a series of 12, I want to say, standalone episodes, each one made by a different anime studio. And it's basically these studios having pretty much free reign within the Star Wars universe. Tell whatever story you want in your own style. So if you have not seen the trailer for it, I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. So here it is. This is the Star Wars Visions trailer. If you haven't seen it, please do. And I gotta say, as someone that's barely even an anime casual fan, I would say, like, I have not finished one single anime series that I've started. I'm into this. I like this. And Rhiannon says, I hope Toho gets a turn. Yeah, I'm guessing that's an anime studio. I don't know what they're famous for. You would know more than that. You would know more than me in that regard, Rhiannon. So, I mean, if they get a turn, cool. If not, I'm sure another studio just as competent as them would do. Okay, so they said, so Rhiannon says they did My Hero Academia. I could see that art style being used for Star Wars. If they decide to do like a Star Wars Visions Volume 2 and Toho it wasn't included in Volume 1, maybe. But I think this is going to be like a one-time thing. So we'll see what happens. And by the way, Star Wars Visions is getting released in September. Excuse me. So yeah, like I said, Monday was not a good day for me. And I'm going to tell you why. I just have to... Epic John says, good thing Patrick isn't here. He goes on about that show. Well, Jonathan, why isn't Patrick here? Get him in here. I want him to see this stream too. In fact, all of you guys, if you know someone that would like this stream, get the word out. We're at 85 subscribers right now, which is more than I thought we'd have for sure. But we can get more. So if you have not, if you know someone that would like this stream, go ahead, spread the word, please. And Felix says, my daughter loves My Hero Academia. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'll find a way to watch it, and I'll check it out myself. But yeah, so I'm going to tell you why Monday was a bad day for me. I just have to warn you, this story is pretty gross. Jonathan, you've already heard it, so I'm sorry you have to hear it again. Okay, so it's on Hulu. All right, I'll find a way to watch it. So like I said, this story is a little bit gross. So me and Michael and Morgan, we work at a Caverns, which I will not say the name of, but Rhiannon and Jonathan, you know exactly which one I'm talking about. Do not say it in the chat. But we work at our local Caverns. And on Monday, I was basically the position of maintenance. So what I would do on this day is I would be the one that is responsible for cleaning the break room, carrying buckets of ice for the gift shop for their drink coolers, and if there's any sort of in-cave emergency, I would be the one to respond to that. Well, part of that in-cave emergency response is potentially having to clean up some pretty nasty things that happen in the cave. Well, I got a call to have to go clean up human excrement off the floor of the caverns. And by the amount that was there, there's no way this was a dog or even a kid. And the worst part about it was people had already stepped in it and had basically patted it into the ground. So that took a good 2 hours of my day, and yeah, that is, yeah, what Rhiannon said right here, that was going through my head. I was like, why? Seriously, why? But, it had to get cleaned, and it was my job, so I did my job and took a long shower at the end of the day. So yeah, that's why Monday was bad. And it's funny because aside from having to deal with that, the day was good. But it's just one of those things where one really bad event just ruins a day for you. And Rhiannon, remind me to block you from this channel from that really bad pun. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, John, for the sound effects. Yeah. Yes, Felix. I had to clean up human fecal matter off the floor of a cave Monday. It was not fun. There's no way that that sort of thing could be fun. I can talk. Sometimes I have a really bad stutter, but yeah, that happened. Puns are my job, okay? All right, so y'all want to hear some music so we can get off this crappy subject? And yes, it is, but don't worry, I use plenty of bleach. All right, so yeah, let's change the subject. Let's get off this, and we'll do some music. This has quickly become my go-to guitar, my new 12-string here. I love this thing. It's really light for a 12-string, but it still has a really full and bright sound. So let me get my AirPods out of my pocket here so that my guitar will sit better. All right. So what would you guys like to hear? So Rhiannon requests Hey There Delilah. I unfortunately don't know that one. But I actually have a cool story. I have seen the Plain White T's live. They came to Bahrain back in early 2015 when I was overseas there, and they did a show on bass for all the sailors there, and it was actually really good. Before that, I had only seen Plain White T's once on their guest appearance on iCarly, but live, they're great. But I don't know Hey There Delilah. Do his theme? Whose theme? Sans? John, you know I've never played Fortnite, so I don't know what that theme is. Oh, by the way, while I got my guitar here, I have to show you guys. Wait, no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let it be a surprise. Basically, I did something in secret for Echo Base Network, which yeah, Felix said that's Echo Base's thing. I'm not gonna copyright infringe that. But no, I did something in secret for Echo Base Network, something really cool. And I'm not going to say what it is yet, but hopefully Coach and Nick use it in one of their next live streams. But I'm going to keep it a secret for now. And yes, I do play Fortnite. Your point is. Ooh, the Nerdporeal Lifeform. Hi, how are you? Yeah, we're just having a chill stream because I felt like streaming tonight as a way of celebrating the fact that I have a day off tomorrow. So why not? And I was just about to do some music for everyone. Here, I know what I'm gonna do. We should play Fortnite together? Maybe. Mostly I play it with Michael, and that's been like only a small handful of times. But yeah, maybe if we find some other people that watch us that play Fortnite, we get like a team going. But we'll see. And first like of the day, thank you very much, Nerdporeal Lifeform. I really do appreciate that. So yeah, if you guys haven't haven't done already, please like this stream. Subscribe if you haven't already, because the Force is family. All right. All right, so let me pull up some lyrics real quick. This is a song I have not done in a long time, like 2015 long time. And I chose this song because it's kind of the similar vibe to, excuse me, kind of the similar vibe to Hey There Delilah that Rhiannon suggested, but it's an entirely different song. This is, let me get my mic tweaked here. All right, so Michael's going to be joining here in a second. So yeah, this is Let Her Go by Passenger. And there's an intro to it that I got to do here. Where you only need the light when it's burning low, only miss the sun when it starts to snow, you only know you love her when you let her go, only know you've been high when you're feeling low, only hate the road when you're missing home, you only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. You see her when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies. But you only need the light when it's burning low, only miss the sun when it starts to snow, only know you love her when you let her go, only know you've been high when you're feeling low, only hate the road when you're missing home, only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Oh, 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 oh. And you let her go. Oh, 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 oh. And you let her go. Oh, oh, oh. And you let her go. Oh, oh. 'Cause you only need the light when it's burning low, only miss the sun when it starts to snow, only know you love her when you let her go, only know you've been high when you're feeling low, only hate the road when you're missing home, only know you love her when you let her go. 'Cause you only need the light when it's burning low, you only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. You only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Alright, that was Let Her Go by Passenger. Let's see. Oh, and yeah, and Rihanna knew it. So yeah, Nurporial, this was a song that came out in 2012 by a band called Passenger, and it's called Let Her Go. So the intro, it fits better with a backing track, but the intro honestly reminds me a lot of Minecraft music. How, you know, the sort of, as Rhiannon says, almost lo-fi feel here. Splatoon X lo-fi for no, Star Wars X lo-fi for the win, for real. But yeah, so Passenger came out in 2012. Definitely look them up. Sort of a, if Ed Sheeran could be any more chill, is the best way I could put that. And Felix says, the Guitar Jedi Master Paul. Well, thank you, Felix. I appreciate that. Speaking of Jedi, though, that Jedi outfit that I wore on Echo Base's stream this past Saturday, I actually am going to be sending that back and exchanging it for a bigger size because the pants, the belt, and the sash are too tight on me. And the sad part is I ordinarily wear a size XL. So it is what it is, though. Got to mail it back to Amazon tomorrow. And then Felix somewhere also said, can I do the intro for The Mandalorian? No, I can't. I haven't learned it yet, but I can do something else from Star Wars. I can do the Binary Sunset theme. Just keep in mind, I'm better at this on my electric guitar than I am on an acoustic, let alone an acoustic 12-string. But here is the Binary Sunset. So yeah, a rough version of the Binary Sunset theme. Like I said, I am much better at doing that on my electric guitar where I can actually bend the strings as opposed to on this thing where it's 2 strings per 1 finger. And Rhiannon says, if I have an electric guitar, I should learn, I should learn Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. It'll fit your voice well. Okay, I'll look it up. I haven't heard that one before. And the Gerudo Valley theme. I can only play the rhythm part for that, which is this. This is all I can do for the Gerudo Valley theme. So yeah, that's the most I can do with that. John says, I may have gotten scammed out of millions of bells in Nukazon. I have no idea what that is. Is that like is that Animal Crossing? Is that Undertale? What is that, John? I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, I did just get a text from Michael. He said he will be here soon, and then we'll talk about the good Star Wars news that Felix was talking about before. Okay, it's Animal Crossing. AKA a game that looks like it was designed for 4-year-olds. Sorry, not sorry. Says the guy that plays Fortnite, I know. All right. Let's see, what else can we get into here? We'll just keep doing songs until Michael... Oh. Hey, Paul, I came across this. Star Wars, The Genius of John Williams. Okay. I think I've seen that video in my recommended on YouTube. I just haven't clicked on it yet. So, yeah, I'll check that out. But, yeah, John Williams is absolutely a genius. You don't need a video to tell you that. I mean, he's come up with... he came up with Jurassic Park, all aside from Star Wars. He came up with Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, and Superman. Those are the ones that I know. I want to say he came up with E.T. also. In fact, I'm pretty sure he did. But yeah, he came up with 4. Wait, no. He also... I think he also came up with... okay, I'm going to look this up for sure just before I mess this up. Okay. Good thing I looked that up, because I was about to say that John Williams also wrote Back to the Future, but that is not the case. He didn't do that. That was Alan Silvestri. And Nerd Portal says, yes, he did E.T. Yoda's theme was in E.T. as well. When we see the kid with the Yoda costume, I saw that before I ever saw Star Wars. Nice. And then, yeah, Nerd Portal said Alan Silvestri did Back to the Future. And did a great job of it, by the way. All right, so... And he also says, my next movie review is Raiders of the Lost Ark. I will definitely check that out. In fact, I had been thinking, I haven't talked to Michael about this yet, but I had been thinking of, in the lead up to Indy 5 coming out, Michael and I going back and re-watching the previous 4 Indy movies and doing videos on those, sort of as in the build up to Indy 5. So yeah, stay tuned for that, because we'll be getting into that. And he says, James Horner Aliens music is copyrighted to HE Double Hockey Sticks. I believe it. A lot of things are. That's why I know Doomcock, when he does his streams, he only ever sings public domain stuff. So yeah. I understand that. Meanwhile, the stuff I sing is so obscure that who's really going to bother copywriting it between 80s Christian music and such? Speaking of 80s Christian music, here's some more Petra. This one's called Not of This World. Oh, hold on. People copyright stuff you sing or play? No, they haven't yet. At least not on this channel. But on my other channel, yes, they have. But nothing's hit me yet here. And fingers crossed it stays that way. And Felix says, Doomcock's latest video was juicy too. Yes. Yes, it was. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later today. Rhiannon says, tempted to ask if you would play the riff from the beginning of Despacito. I've actually not heard that song all the way through. So I don't know what part you're talking about. I only know like the beginning of the main chorus, basically. So, yeah. All right, back to what I was doing. So, like I said, this is Petra. This is called Not of This World. We are pilgrims in a strange land. We are so far from our homeland. With each passing day, it seems so clear this world will never want us near. We're not welcome in this world of wrong. We are foreigners who don't belong. We are strangers. We are aliens. We are not of this world. We are envoys. We must tarry with this message. We must carry. There's so much to do before we leave, with so many more who may believe. Our mission here can never fail, and the gates of hell will not prevail. We are strangers. We are aliens. We are not of this world. We are strangers. We are aliens. We are not of this world. Jesus told us men would hate us, but we must be of good cheer. He has overcome this world of darkness. Soon we will depart from here. We are strangers. We are aliens. We are not of this world. We are strangers. We are aliens. We are not of this world. All right. That was Petra, Not of This World. And Rhiannon asks, Heaven by Talking Heads. I have never heard that song before. Heck, I've never even heard of Talking Heads before. So we'll see. And then she also says, an alternate to The Empire Strikes Back, the Star Wars guys, the sidetrackery strikes back. Yeah, I am easily sidetracked, I'll admit. All right. Let's sort of change directions here a little bit while we're waiting on Michael. And let's talk some non-Star Wars stuff for a little bit. And let me pull this up real quick. So those of you guys that follow what Nintendo's been doing lately, I know me and John have already talked about this before, but to the rest of you guys, Rhiannon says, PJ, soon your DMs are going to be full from me giving you music recommendations. Okay, yeah, I welcome it. I may not be able to do it all, but I'll at least give it a listen. And that goes to all of you guys. If you guys have a song you want to... In fact, I may make this an actual part of the Discord. If you have music you want to share, then yeah, I'll give it a listen. I may not be able to do it, but I'll check it out. Anyways, so you guys that follow what Nintendo does, me and John have already talked about this, but I want to get your thoughts on it too. What are y'all thoughts on the new version of the Switch that's coming out? The Switch with the OLED screen. And I'll go ahead and pull that up real quick in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. All right, so here is the Switch OLED, or LED, I don't know what it is. So yeah, that's it right there. So you can see it has entirely different color base with what looks like more rolled edges at the corners. It has 2 gray Joy-Cons, and the screen in handheld mode is slightly bigger, and it has OLED in it, which I'm guessing makes it... I was talking about this with John. He said it makes the colors stand out more or something like that. And also inside the dock, there is now a... Excuse me. Coke will make you burp. There's now a LAN input, so you can put an internet wire in there. Oh, also, I didn't know this. That's actually something really cool. They've made the kickstand for it much bigger, and it looks like it now has 2 different adjustments. So that's actually pretty cool. I didn't know that. But yeah, what do you guys think of this in comparison to this rumored Switch Pro that people had been talking about? And so Rhiannon says, I play my Switch docked, so no opinion. And John, you already said this last night. Disappointing. Splatoon 3 gameplay was the best part. Okay, fair enough. But one thing though that I am looking forward to. So yeah, I might get it. I might get a Switch OLED. I haven't had a Switch in a while. I got rid of it to fund the purchase of a guitar that I no longer have. But what I am really looking forward to, and I'll pull this up real quick, is this right here. Skyward Sword HD on the Switch. Because if I had to make a top 5 Zelda games, Skyward Sword is in that top 5. If I do that right now, so top 5 Zelda games for me. Number 1, Twilight Princess. Number 2, Majora's Mask. Number 3, Ocarina of Time. Number 4, Skyward Sword. And number 5, Wind Waker. That is my top 5 Zelda games. And Rhiannon says that she's excited for Skyward Slingshot HD or Skink. I don't know what you mean here. And John says, I'm looking forward to Sonic Colors Ultimate and Skyward Sword. Again, same stuff we talked about last night. I've never played Sonic Colors. Heck, I've barely even gotten into Sonic at all. I tried once to play Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric on the Wii U, and it was, technical issues aside, it was okay to me, but not something that would really hold my attention. So I ended up passing it on to John, and from what I understand, John doesn't like it that much. Okay. She calls it Skyward Slingshot because of what her favorite Let's Player said. Who's your favorite Let's Player? because I wanna find this. But yeah, I've been wanting to play through Skyward Sword again because even though it's not my favorite, oh, Chugga Conroy. Okay, I gotcha. So yeah, even though Skyward Sword is not my favorite story, I like it on its own. Gameplay wise, I like it a lot, even if the area you get to explore isn't quite as big and connected like previous Zelda games. But yeah, I like Skyward Sword, and I would definitely play through it again. And this is where I know I'm going to lose some people here because I know I am in. Oh, Felix says, I remember when I finished the original Legend of Zelda back in the 80s. I tried once to play the original Legend of Zelda on the NES Online thing for the Switch, and I got lost in a hurry because I'll be honest, I'm more used to the more linear story, more story-centric Zeldas than I am the more open world Zeldas. So I got lost really quick with Legend of Zelda, and I wasn't even going to bother attempting Legend of Zelda 2. So yeah. And it's also because I'm more used to the more linear story-based stuff that I'll be honest, I really didn't like Breath of the Wild that much. Gameplay-wise, it was okay, but there was still some pretty big issues with it with me. I just could not get behind the idea of your weapons, even the Master Sword, breaking after so many uses. Like, if you're going to have all the other weapons break, fine, but the Master Sword should not break. I don't care if they make the excuse of, oh, it's still in your inventory, it just has to charge. No, the Master Sword should stay intact the whole time. You should not have to make any sort of charge to it, because honestly, if you still have to go through a period of time where you can't use it, what separates it from any other weapon that you have to go and find again after it breaks? Same with the Hylian shield. The Master Sword and the Hylian shield should not break. Heck, that's how they did it in Skyward Sword. The Hylian shield didn't break when all other shields did. That's good. I like that. But when the Master Sword is doing it, and all the other weapons are doing it too, what makes it any different? And actually, John, I disagree with you. No, it should not be. It should be the best stat-wise. But you make it harder to obtain. That's the balance. You should have had to really, really work for obtaining the Master Sword, but it is the best stat-wise and it doesn't break. That's the balance, as you said here. And I like this quote here. It seems the farther you go back in time, the more advanced everything becomes. That is that is very true. And funny enough, that statement also applies to Star Wars, because think about it. During the Republic and the Clone Wars, it looked like they were on another level technologically wise than they did compared to the original trilogy, and especially the sequels. It just looked like somehow when Palpatine made it the Empire, technology wise, it just took a big downgrade. And I get why, because of course episodes 4 through 6 got made before episodes 1 through 3, and episodes 1 through 3 had much better movie making technology to them. It's just funny that that's how it looks, and sadly there's nothing to do about it. But again, that's just another thing that I think could have been done better in the sequel trilogy. They didn't have to make it look so much like the original trilogy, trying to distance itself from the prequels. And yeah, that's the reason why, because Ganon exists. Don't you dare talk bad about Eddie Gannon like that. I'm just kidding. So yeah, Skyward Sword. Someone get Eddie in here so he knows why I want to call him Ganondorf. I'm sure he knows about this stream, because anytime I post a video or a stream, not only do we get a notification for it in our own Discord, but we get one in Echo Base Network's Discord as well, and he is a member there, so I'm sure he knows. Not to mention, I shared this stream both on my personal Facebook and on the Echo Base Network Facebook page, which if there's anyone here that is not a member of that Facebook page, number one, go subscribe to Echo Base Network, because they're the guys that inspired me and Michael to do this. And number two, join their Facebook page to get more content and more, community stuff from them. It's a really good place. In fact, Felix, if you don't mind, I'm gonna get a link to the Echo Base YouTube channel. Can you get a link to the Echo Base Facebook page, please? And then Rhiannon says, I don't need to join more Discord servers. This isn't they do have a Discord server, but I'm talking specifically about their Facebook page. If you're not part of that, then yeah. So yeah, anyways, here is Echo Base Network's channel. If you are not subscribed to them, like I said, these are the guys, Coach and Nick, that inspired me and Michael to start our own channel. So very similar stuff that we do. So definitely go subscribe to them, as Felix says here. And hail Green Lantern, how are you? Me and Green Lantern actually had a very nice private conversation the other day. We had, because I mentioned offhand in a stream where he talked about how he was attempting to make his own shows and such, and I mentioned that I'd be willing to help him, and we had a very nice conversation, just sort of spitballing ideas for what that might look like. So hopefully stuff like that comes down the pipeline soon. And hail to the legendary Tron. How are you? And then I'm guessing this is some sort of Twitch emoji or something, because all I'm seeing is : thanks dot : thanks dot : thanks dot . And holy cow, Rhiannon, you're in 71 servers? All right, here's the real question. You're a member of 71 servers, but how many of those are you actually active in? Count that up. So yeah. Counting mine. Okay, thank you. Hey Tron, would you like to pop in here, man? In fact, yeah, let's go ahead and get the jump ins going if y'all are interested. So I'm going to go ahead and put the StreamYard link in chat. So yeah, if you guys want to pop in, and heck, John, even you, if you want to pop in at this point, now that you've been on here, you're welcome to. But when I say leave, leave. Oh, it was a YouTube emote. Okay, so yeah, I couldn't see that on StreamYard. But yeah, here is the StreamYard link if you guys want to join, so we can actually have a conversation. In the meantime, I'm going to share this link out to other places for the stream. Okay, so Rhiannon says there's my server, RNDM Nation, her practice server, and the Remus cult. So 4 servers. I have questions about the RNDM Nation and the Remus cult. What's that? The king of random server. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm guessing the king of random is a YouTuber or a streamer or something. In fact, I'm gonna look this up right now. The king of random. Oh, okay. So it is a YouTube channel. Here, I'm gonna pull it up real quick, Rian, so you can see. I'm gonna put this up and we'll see what happens. So is this the channel? Oh, okay. So we have some guests in here right now. So first off, we have my partner in crime here, and we have the legendary Tron.
Tron, how's it going?
Doing well, and I gotta say, man, I can see your avatar much better than I was able to on Echobase, and that looks amazing, man.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that you had
Thank
one,
you.
to be honest. But yeah, I just got here. I was just doing a little bit of spring cleaning, you guess, so here I am now.
Right. So, Michael, I told them about how, we'll say, crappy our last 2 days have been.
Very poor choice of words, by the way.
Purposeful choice of words.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, yeah, me and Michael are glad to finally have a day off tomorrow. Wait, you are off tomorrow, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, had to make sure. So, have people on here yet? Oh, we got one more person here. Some weird kid named Epic John. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Booyah.
Yeah. So
This is a Splatoon reference.
So yeah. So Tron, this is our youngest brother here. John, if you want to turn your camera on, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I like it better because mouth moves whenever TTS speaks.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. That is really cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So how does that work exactly?
Sam.
Oh, Sam's in there with you, Mike?
Yeah, he's with me. He's just kind of being fussy right now. I'm gonna see if I can get him.
Okay, yeah, bring him on camera if we can. We want to see the Star Wars guys mascot.
Camera.
By the way, Michael, check Facebook Messenger. I'm about to send you something.
Well, actually, the reason I came on is to show my gaming setup, which I have set up here in my room.
Okay.
Can everybody else see me?
No, your camera is not on.
I meant, am I on the stream right now?
Yeah, you're on stream, but we can't see you. We can only hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, there you are.
This is my N64, which, PJ, you were here when I bought.
Yes, I was.
This is my Mario Switch, which, last I checked, is going for, like, double retail.
Don't sell it. Keep it.
I won't.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a great idea to actually say it on camera either.
Oh, well. And that's my TV, which, let me turn that on. If the TV remote works.
Yeah?
There we are.
Okay.
And the only one of these streaming services I have set up is Disney Plus.
Makes sense, because that's pretty much the only one we use.
The Switch is the Switch, and the DVD combo, I have it set up that if I turn the DVD combo on, not the N64, then it'll play the DVDs, but if I turn both on, it'll do the N64.
By the way, John, Green Lantern here says, Epic John, love the retro, dude.
Yeah, you gotta respect your old games. I mean,
Yeah, because
why do you think we have all the stuff we have now? It's because of them.
Yep. Nintendo 64, that was like the game console that pretty much all of us in our family started on.
Mm-hmm.
Also, fun fact, this is my art of my Octoling OC.
Okay, that makes sense then.
I don't feel like explaining why his eyes are two different colors.
That's fine.
So, now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna pop out.
Okay,
Bye.
thanks for coming, John. All right, so, Michael, I know we were doing this a little bit before, but you want to try doing that lightsaber tier list again now that we're live?
We can try. But
All right.
did we talk about the Bad Batch?
Oh, no, we haven't yet. So, yeah, let's do that first.
Silence. Users, Tron is trying to speak.
Fire away.
Ah, crap. Let's just say I have a lot of audio channels. Well, one of the channels is my text-to-speech microphone.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. So before we get into the, I guess 2 episodes now of the Bad Batch that we need to talk about, right, Michael? Or is it just the last one?
Maybe it is. I don't know. I feel like that maybe we can recap the previous 2 just because you never know. But other than that, I think we should mainly focus on our most recent episode.
Okay. So before we go any further, is there anyone here, yourself included, Tron, that has not seen the Bad Batch or doesn't care about spoilers? Because we don't want to spoil anything for someone that wants to actually go and watch it. And while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna find that lightsaber design tier list we were working on, Michael.
Okay, sounds good.
I stopped at episode 3. Don't really care about spoilers.
Okay, fair enough then. All right, so the last episode. Hold on, I gotta highlight this. Green Lantern said in an old man voice, "Kids these days don't know how well they've got it. Boy, when I was a kid, I had to blow, slam, and do everything just to get the game to work."
Relatable. Now it's all
Yeah.
digital.
By the way, that was an attempt at an old man, and yet somehow it turned out to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
Yeah. So anyways, on to the episode. This is actually a very interesting one because, well, for starters, the Bad Batch was only there for like maybe 2 minutes max.
Yeah, this wasn't focused on really the Bad Batch at all.
Yeah.
Instead,
But-
it was basically another prequel, you could say, to Star Wars Rebels, because it focused on the Syndulla family on Ryloth, Cham, Hera, and I forget what the mom's name is.
Yeah. I don't know either. But it's kind of at a weird place for me because even though that the Bad Batch wasn't there for like any of the episodes except for like maybe a arms deal.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't necessarily filler. It was like a good episode, but I'd say rather than calling it filler, it's actually connecting loose ends, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. So even though it was not necessarily an episode tied to the main story of the Bad Batch, because it was connected to the rest of Star Wars as a whole, I liked it for that. By the way, Michael, check your Facebook Messenger.
All right.
And a couple interesting things to note from this episode. I suppose the biggest thing to note is the clone captain that was in this episode, Captain Hauser.
Huh.
Because he acted like a normal clone would act pre-Order 66, and he still had his painted armor. Yet all the clones around him still acted, like the mindless drones that Order 66 made them into.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to wonder what's going on with him.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially since... And another thing, too, is that he had a haircut and painted armor.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
but he was still in league with the Empire. Well,
yeah.
Somewhat.
For now. You could tell that he's having definitely a conflict of morals over his duties helping out with the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Lantern points out something here. First off, he says, yeah, I thought it was weird, but I thought it was cool kind of expanding the universe a little bit. And then Green Lantern goes on to say it almost felt like more of the dark side of the Bad Batch because you saw more of Crosshair, which, yes, Crosshair was in this episode quite a bit, which is a good thing. And strangely enough, that's another thing to note, too. The damage that you see him get in the last episodes he was in really wasn't that... You didn't see much of it, other than the fact that he's now bald and has some sort of weird gash on this side of his head, which, funny enough, is the same side of the head that the inhibitor chip's on.
Yeah, but it still seems like he's unfazed despite that in particular injury.
For now. But that could change.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is the last we're going to see of any of these characters on Ryloth. We're definitely going to see Captain Hauser again. We're definitely going to see Cham and Hera and them again.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think this is going to be a two-episode arc that we're going to be in.
Yeah, I would even say that, especially since the internet literally blew up over Captain Hauser, he's going to be around for at least one more episode.
Oh yeah, that and the fact that Hasbro have made toys of him.
Yeah.
And then another thing to mention too, and this is something that kind of struck me as, are they screwing with canon here? Because the Twi'leki senator Orn Free Taa is in this episode, of course, in league with the Empire, conspiring against Cham Syndulla because he's jealous that the people of Ryloth like him more. But toward the end of the episode, Orn Free Taa gets shot in the head by Crosshair. And yet, on first viewing, you notice that Admiral Rampart arrests Cham and his family for the attempted assassination of Orn Free Taa. But it looks like he's dead. Well, come to find out, somehow he shot Orn Free Taa in the head and he survived. So how that happened, I don't know. But somehow he survived.
No, I actually did not see this part. I honestly thought that their take was the fact that Cham was holding a blaster to his face, and that he, I don't know, and the fact that he had the blaster and so nobody would really know. So it was almost like a setup.
True. So who knows what could happen. But like I said, I don't think this is the last we're seeing of this particular arc.
Yeah.
And then Green Lantern.
Silence. Users Tron is trying to speak.
Go ahead, bud.
I might have to watch the rest of the episodes, but I have been busy with daily life and streaming.
Yeah, that's understandable, man. We've been pretty busy too, especially since we got back to vacation and just trying to get into the daily grind of getting back to work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. All right, so that's pretty much all we can really think of to talk about for the Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I thought it was a good episode. I like the fact that we went back to Ryloth because Ryloth is my favorite Star Wars planet. The Twilights are my favorite Star Wars race, so to see them again was good. So I guess now, let's go ahead and do... Actually, no, before we talk about that, there's one other thing we have to talk about too. And that is the fact that today on Twitter, I'm going to find it right now, but on the official Mandalorian Twitter, it was confirmed that they're going to do a special behind-the-scenes episode of The Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 16, all about the final sequence, talking about Luke Skywalker. And here is the tweet that they put out earlier today. It's kept secret of hashtag The Mandalorian Season 2. A special episode Disney
I
Gallery
like to
of
ask
Mandalorian.
what you guys think about that.
Oh, I'm all for this.
Yeah.
I am all for this because frankly, this should have happened much sooner. They honestly should have capitalized on the moment right when it happened and released that pretty much right after that happened.
Yeah.
But at the
It
same
also
time,
kind of makes you wonder what else could they have in store, because
that is true.
think about it. You said it first. They could have done this sooner, so why
Mhm.
not?
True. Also sort of leads credence to these rumors that maybe not, maybe Kathleen Kennedy's on her way out, maybe not, we'll see. But again, the timing of this is a little bit strange because October is getting closer and closer, and that's when her contract ends.
Yeah.
And as Green Lantern says here, possibly erasing the sequel trilogy. I don't think it won't be completely erased. It'll be relegated to an alternate time, like a what if scenario.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And John said just got a notification on YouTube that Echo Base is streaming. So, and they're likely going to be talking about the same thing too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll keep our stream going as long as we can. But if you guys want to go watch them, that's fine. Same with you, Tron. If you want to go watch Echo Base, you're welcome to. But yeah, so this is absolutely good news. And I hope that this is not just an anomaly, that they're going to, do good by Master Luke again and make him the Jedi Knight he was supposed to be in the sequel trilogy, in a new story. Whether the sequel trilogy, I won't necessarily say that, but yeah. All right. So let's change gears again. Actually, before we do, Tron, what do you think about this? The fact that they're, bringing this to light, the behind the scenes of that awesome Luke Skywalker scene. What's your thoughts? We haven't asked you anything, and you're here. And while he's doing that, some of the comments going earlier, Green Lantern talking about Orn Free Taa says maybe his skull was thicker, maybe Crosshair is playing a double agent. I think that's the case. I think Crosshair is playing a double agent right now because, like I said, that gash on the side of his head is in the same general area as where the inhibitor chips are. There's no way assuming that he took damage there, that the inhibitor chip survived that intact. So what if he's off the inhibitor chip, but he's still sort of playing the role, to somehow stab the Empire in the back and rejoin the Bad Batch?
Yeah.
And yeah, shooting him where his skull was thicker, but shooting him in a way that looks fatal. If anyone could pull it off, Crosshair certainly could.
Yeah. And I don't know. I would almost say that it has to do with the Twi'lek physiology, especially with Orn Free Taa, because to say the least, he's built different than other Twi'leks.
Yeah.
Or the fact that he's certainly had his fair share of his
these,
just desserts.
of
Yeah.
these.
But in all seriousness, I would say that it's almost like instead of having like just 2 of those things that they have in their heads, he almost had like 4 or
They're
something.
They're called Lekus.
Leku. Like I would almost say it, but I'm not going to. But I would say it just has to do with like the way that he's built.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Plus, like I said, Crosshair, I'm sure, would know specifically where to aim on someone's head to hit them,
Yeah.
knock them out, but do it in a way that is non-fatal.
Yeah.
Silence. Users. Tron is trying to speak.
Go for it.
I think that it's wonderful that they're bringing this to the table because it could bring back old fans like myself. Whenever I saw Luke in that last episode, I was very happy.
Oh yeah, man, me too. And honestly, seeing that moment in that episode of The Mandalorian, that pretty much brought me back, because prior to that, I was on my way to checking out of Star Wars entirely. There were some things that I had liked, in Disney Lucasfilm at that time. I liked season 1 of The Mandalorian. I liked and still like Jedi Fallen Order, but I didn't feel like, those had enough of an impact to keep me around, given how bad the movies were. And I say this as someone that liked Rise of Skywalker. That movie is a mess. And I was like, what's the point of sticking around if they're just going to keep turning out crap after crap after crap? But then Mandalorian Season 2 happened. And by the way, Michael, we're going to be watching back the episodes of The Mandalorian and going over that just for the sake of having it on the channel. And I look forward to talking about this scene more in depth. But seeing Luke Skywalker come back like that brought me back. And honestly, that's why I'm still here, even in spite of everything that they talked about, in spite of everything that happened after that moment, from the Pablo Hidalgo stuff to the High Republic to Gina Carano getting fired. All that stuff, especially Gina, may have killed the hope for Star Wars in some people. And it almost did in me. But I'm still here. And I still have hope for Star Wars going forward. What about you guys?
Well, for one thing, I think it's good to address that you have to kind of know where you're getting this sort of information. Now, it's been obviously been talked about widely on Twitter and on various news YouTubers like us, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that it's obviously not going to be like flipping a light switch. Like, by no means this is going to be like flipping a light switch. There is going to be some like remnant of there is going to be like a remnant of Kathleen Kennedy's power or influence upon Lucasfilm, such as we're still going to assume that the Acolyte is still greenlit.
It is, as of right now.
And so, for now, let's kind of just play it day by day and just take this one piece of news as like a small victory. because obviously we may have won the battle, but the war's not over, as they say.
You're right. You're right. And also, you have to consider this too. Assuming Kathleen Kennedy does leave in October, the question would remain, who does she get replaced by? And Coach actually brought this up several streams ago. They could replace Kathleen Kennedy with someone 10 times worse of pushing woke ideologies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, if I have said this before and I'll say it again, I just want Star Wars to return to what it once was, of putting out reliably solid, entertaining content.
Mm-hmm.
And if there is a scenario possible where that can happen and Kathleen Kennedy keeps her job, I'm happy. But on the flip side, if getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy is what it takes to get Star Wars back to that level, then so be it.
Yeah. And we're not saying this by saying that certain identities or certain personalities should be completely erased from Star Wars.
No.
It's just the fact that what we want is unity, not uniformity.
Exactly.
Unity meaning, despite all these differences or all these things, we can still make something good. And in this case, good content. Such an example is the United States, where each state is not the same. Each state has their own unique problems, solutions, landscapes, animals. Well, maybe less so animals, but the point is that none of them are exactly the same.
You're right.
But when you put them together, debatably, you get a nation that can do great things that just one or two states couldn't do by themselves, which is what we want from Star Wars if ultimately we want more identities to be represented in Star Wars. But you need to find the balance between, I don't want to say identity politics, but there's like no other way to say it, and making quality content. Like, you can't just push this narrative at the expense of whatever story you want to tell and the grander scheme of what George Lucas wanted to tell.
Yeah. And then Green Lantern says, I'm guessing talking about what you're saying, Michael. You may need to clarify this, man, who specifically you're talking about here. I think that if they did that, that would be a really dumb decision. They want to make money, and if they keep pushing bad content, they're going to go under.
Yeah, so what I mean by that is specifically they need to put priorities of story first. Like, no matter what.
Yeah.
And then whatever you want to call it, identity politics, should come after that. Whether
if it's gonna be in there at all.
Exactly. Which is what we want at Star Wars. Which is what we want for Star Wars, and not have identity politics to be the first one.
Okay, so that makes sense, Green Lantern.
Okay.
And yeah, I agree 100%. If Disney hires someone worse than Kathleen Kennedy, Star Wars is dead.
Users, Tron is trying to speak.
I'm with Michael on this. There's always a chance of someone worse than Kennedy.
Yes. And if that indeed happens, if someone worse than Kathleen Kennedy takes that office, then for me, that's the end. I'll rebrand this channel to something. We'll rebrand this channel to something else and talk about something else and let go of Star Wars. But we'll see. And Black Dragon said, Coach just went live for Luke Skywalker news. Yeah, we're going to be heading over there here in a minute.
Yeah.
So, Michael, I said this in private chat, but I know we were going to do that lightsaber ranking. We'll do that on our Sunday stream because we want to hear what Coach has to say about this Luke Skywalker news. So we're going to go ahead and end it there. So, as always, thank you, Tron, for being on our channel with us. We really love talking to you.
Thank you, Tron.
And like I said, man, good job on your avatar. That looks absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
So yeah. All right, and yeah, wrapping it up with what Green says. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, you hired someone worse. Bye. Yep, that's
Vote
how
with
I'd
our
be.
dollars.
Yep, vote with your dollars. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So thank you everyone for watching. For Legendary Tron, just remember, subscribe to Legendary Tron on Twitch and YouTube if you haven't already. He does video game streams. He even does his own chill stream on YouTube. So if you haven't seen that, absolutely check it out. So for Mando on Fire, Michael, and myself, Master Paul, just remember, the Force is family.
Force is family.
See you guys later.
See ya.